What if I told you there are 21 entire rivers flowing beneath London right now, hidden in total darkness? That the Thames rises and falls 7 meters twice a day, as tall as a house? That a man invented London's most important flood defence by staring at his kitchen stove? And that the ground London is built on is literally shrinking, cracking open thousands of homes every summer. This is not the London you know. From buried rockstar islands to a tropical ocean frozen in time, here are 25 insane London geography facts that sound completely made up. London sits on a 50-million-year-old tropical sea, carved by a river that was forced to change direction by a glacier, and powered by ghost rivers that still flood the streets when it rains. This is not history. This is happening right now, under your feet, every single second. The geography of London is not background scenery. It is the invisible hand that built the city, and it is still writing the script today. These are 25 geography facts about London that will blow your mind. Fact 25-21. Rivers flow under your feet right now: the Fleet, the Walbrook, the Tyburn, the Westbourne, the Effra. Between the 1400s and the 1800s, London buried 21 entire rivers because the city needed space. Over 68 kilometers of water flow in complete darkness through sewers and tunnels. You walk over rivers every single day and never know it. An entire invisible hydrology beneath the streets. Fact 24. You can actually hear one. Go to Ray Street in Clerkenwell, find the right metal grating, listen. That roaring sound, that is the River Fleet, once London's biggest tributary, used by Roman ships. Today it is a ghost, howling in the darkness below, forgotten by almost everyone. Fact 23. The Tyburn flows directly under Buckingham Palace. A river famous for world-class salmon now carries sewage beneath the Queen's Gardens. But its real legacy is darker. Tyburn Tree near Marble Arch was London's most notorious execution site. Over 50,000 people were hanged there. The river that waters royalty named the place where the city killed its criminals. At Sloane Square Tube Station, you can see a buried river. Look up while waiting for your train. That massive pipe above the platform, that is the River Westbourne, flowing over your head. Victorian engineers turned a lost river into underground sculpture. It is one of the only places you can actually see London's hidden hydrology. In the 1980s, one of these rivers exploded. The Fleet, trapped in a cast-iron pipe beneath St. Pancras. A hotel suddenly burst. The basement flooded. Priceless artworks stored there nearly drowned. It was a desperate race to save them. London's buried rivers are not dead. They are ticking time bombs waiting for the next rupture. Fact 20. These ghost rivers still flood the Thames. Every time it rains hard, they come back. Combined sewer overflows dump 39 million cubic meters of untreated sewage into the Thames every year. That is over 100,000 cubic meters every single day. The rivers refuse to stay buried. Fact 19. The Thames has a 7-meter tidal range. Twice a day, the water rises as high as a 2-story house, then drops again. In 6 hours, the Thames transforms from a narrow stream into a roaring arm of the sea. It is not a river, it is a tidal estuary, controlled entirely by the moon. Fact 18. At low tide, the Thames becomes a treasure hunt. Up to 95 square kilometers of muddy riverbed are exposed. People called mudlarks search the sludge for artifacts. Roman coins, Tudor jewelry, Viking tools, twice a day. 2,000 years of London history emerge from the mud, waiting to be found. Fact 17. The Thames barrier has 10 gates that weigh 3,300 tons each. Each one is as tall as a 5-story building. Together they protect 1.4 million people from drowning. But here is the insane part. The entire design came from a man staring at his gas stove. In 1969, Reginald Draper watched the rotating valve on his cooker and invented rotating segment gates. A billion-pound project born in a kitchen. Fact 16. The barrier is dying. It was supposed to last until 2030. It will actually survive until 2070. Then it is over. Climate change means higher tides, stronger storms, more closures. By 2040, London must decide what comes next, and nobody knows where the money will come from, or what the solution even is. Looks like the city's most expensive life insurance policy has an expiration date. Fact 50. London is built on a 50-million-year-old tropical ocean. The stiff grey clay beneath your feet formed during the Eocene, when southern England was a warm sea filled with crocodiles, sea turtles, and palm trees. Fossils prove it. London once had the climate of Indonesia. That ancient ocean is now compressed into stone, and you are standing on top of it. Fact 14. That clay is why North London has way more tube stations than South London. London. Clay is perfect for tunnelling, waterproof, self-supporting, easy to dig. But south of the Thames, the geology changes to sand and gravel, which is soaked with water and terrible for tunnels. A 50-million-year-old clay layer literally dictates where the underground runs. Fact 13. London. Clay is destroying houses. When it dries out in summer, it shrinks up to 15 centimeters. When it rains, it swells back. This constant breathing cracks foundations and causes subsidence. The 1991 drought caused £540 million in damage. In 2018 alone, 10,000 households suffered 60. £4 million in damage in just 3 months. Fact 12. By 2030, 40% of London homes will be at risk. That number was 20% in 1990. By 2070, over half of all homes could face subsidence. Climate change plus shrinking clay equals disaster. Many Victorian houses have foundations less than 2 meters deep. They were never built for this. Trees can destroy your house on London clay. Big trees like oaks and poplars suck water from the clay, which shrinks, and your foundation sinks. Their roots affect the ground up to 3.5 meters deep. A beautiful tree in your garden can literally drink the water from under your home and crack it open. The Thames did not always flow through London. 100,000 years ago, it flowed north through the Vale of St. Albans. Then the Anglian glaciation sent a massive ice sheet down to Finchley and blocked the river. The Thames was forced to cut a new path through a chalk ridge at Goring. Without that glacier, London would not exist where it does today. Under the clay lies 200 meters of chalk That chalk comes from the age of dinosaurs. It is fossilized sea creature shells from 65 to 145 million years ago. And it is London's main water source. Your drinking water comes from a dinosaur ocean turned to stone. Fact 8. Forgotten mines. Riddle the ground beneath the city. Some date back to Roman times. In 2017, a school in Pinner collapsed because underground chalk mines had been forgotten. Nobody knows where all the tunnels are. London is Swiss cheese. Fact 7. London has an extreme urban heat island. The city centre is 4.5 to 6 degrees hotter than the countryside at night. During the 2003 heatwave, the difference hit 10 degrees. Concrete stores heat all day and releases it at night. The city, it becomes a heat trap that never cools down. Fact 6. 250,000 vulnerable Londoners live in heat death zones. Children, elderly people, and sick people. And it is worst at night, when you need to sleep but the concrete is still radiating stored heat. Poorer areas are hotter because they have fewer trees and no air conditioning. Geography is not neutral. It kills people. Fact 5. The prime meridian runs through Greenwich. 0 degrees longitude. It is the line that divides east and west on every map in the world. Since 1884, a park in southeast London has been the centre of the planet. You can stand with one foot in each hemisphere. Fact 4. But your GPS says the meridian is 102 metres east of that. The zero line. Victorian astronomers measured it using local gravity, which deflects slightly. Modern GPS uses the Earth's rotational axis. The official zero line is in the wrong place. The Victorians did not know about gravitational deflection. GPS remeasured the world and moved the centre. Fact 3. Eel Pie Island was the birthplace of British rock, and Thames hosted the Rolling Stones, The Who, and Pink Floyd every week in the early 60s. The Eel Pie Hotel was ground zero for British blues. In 1969, anarchists occupied it and turned it into the UK's biggest hippie commune. Then it burned down in 1971. Today, it is a quiet artist colony, accessible only by footbridge, open to the public twice a year. Fact 2. The Thames Tideway Tunnel is London's shadow river, 25 kilometres long, 7.2 metres wide, and up to 66 metres deep. One of the biggest infrastructure projects in Europe. It will stop 95% of sewage overflows by creating a giant underground sewer to catch the filth before it hits the Thames, big enough for 3 double-decker buses. Fact 1. Buses side by side. A secret river for waste flows beneath the real river. London is built on a geography that refuses to stay still. Rivers will not stay buried. Clay breathes and cracks your house. A tide rises like a slow tsunami. Heat islands cook you at night. Flood barriers have expiration dates. This is not history, this is not history, this is not stable. London sits on forces that are active, alive and rewriting the map every single day. The city you think you know is constantly being reshaped by the invisible geography beneath, around, and above it. And there you have it. 25 insane London geography facts that sound completely made up but are absolutely real. Which one shocked you? Drop it in the comments. And if you want more geography that changes how you see the world, hit subscribe. Because trust me, every city has secrets like this. You just have to know where to look.